We're on a bit of a road trip today. Going to talk to an expert on can you really manifest anything? How is it we can do some amazing and sometimes unexplainable things, like heal our own bodies by the power of our thought? Mother's intuition, the law of attraction. Can we really tap into our subconscious mind? Can we really create our own realities? It begs the question, are we novice gods? Super excited to have you join me today. We have an expert here. No, seriously. She has manifested a lot of things in her life, and so we are looking at the question, can you really manifest anything? And Maren was kind enough to put some comments on our YouTube, the YouTube show. If you've got comments, put them in down below. I'm excited to hear more about some of the things that you're coming up with. But Maren has manifested a lot of things in her life. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Can you really manifest anything, and how do you do that? So Maren, tell us a little bit about what you have manifested.
Okay. Anything and everything, from the good, the bad. I manifested my husband, actually. He's my second husband, and I was unhappily married, didn't plan on divorcing, didn't plan on any of that. But I wrote down a list of everything that I really wanted in my relationship. And things happened, he left and stuff, and then I met Jeff, we got married, and a year later, I found that list. Line by line, everything on it. Because I wrote it down and then forgot about it. It was pretty cool. Over the years, though, I had some health challenges, and my first son had a lot of health challenges. There was a lot of stress, and it was overwhelming. And I remember I found this again later. I had written in a journal with a lot of emotion. That's a great way to manifest, is to have a lot of emotion behind it, about how I wanted to hide out until I was better, he was better. You know, I just didn't want to be seen, and I wanted someone else to take the responsibility and to make the decisions for a while. And as a result, I manifested 4 years of completely bedridden, debilitated. And I'm not saying that every illness is something that, you know, you should blame yourself or feel guilty that you caused, because I don't believe that.
Are you saying that you manifested your illness and brought the illness into your life?
I do believe that I helped create that.
And this is what I'm super excited to do this series about, because I think I've done the same thing. I think because we're creators, because we have divine DNA, I think we have the ability to create things even if they're negative in our lives. And it comes down to our belief, I think.
Oh.
And so, yeah, I'm excited to talk to experts like Maren who has done both the good and the bad. So tell me a little bit more about the bad, about the negative. You know, you were focused on things you didn't want, and that's what came in?
Yeah, and part of it was, you know, you ask the genie in the bottle, who knows how it will show up. You know, I wanted to be relieved of the responsibility of a very, very sick baby, and I got that. And so yeah, I was in bed and I couldn't even sit up in a wheelchair or be taken anywhere. Like I was down. And I looked at that and I thought that was, you know, I didn't know whether that would be the rest of my life. But I've believed these principles even before this. And so in a moment of clarity, I was like, you know, if everything up till now has led me to this, then I can start to change it from here so that I have a different future. And I started to do that. And it took time. You know, it was probably 2 years after that point, for when I was, I guess, out of bed and I had to relearn to walk, and, you know, it was pretty dramatic. But I did. I started to change what I was focusing on and what I was picturing. And I had this one child. I'd always pictured a family. And through this process and through a lot of faith and a lot of prayer, but a lot of just keeping the right focus in front of me and having belief that I could have it, I step by step was led, and miracles, many, many miracles happened. And I got back on my feet, we came here to Utah and we went on to have 2 more babies, and I'm in my 40s. So, I thought that time had passed, and they're healthy. The pregnancy had home births. I mean, just everything that I had put out there for, we were able to pretty much achieve. It's been fantastic.
So let's list off some of the things that you've manifested. So you manifested a new husband, so relationships. You manifested ill health, which don't do that. Don't follow Maren's example. But then you also manifested good health, right?
Yes.
Out of that?
Yes.
And then the move, was that part of that? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to be near my parents, and then I've got 2 brothers here. I've got lots of cousins. I just have a really big network here. And I really wanted to be here. And then, so the move, and then the babies. I really wanted more babies. And so they're now 5 and 4. And I take care of them myself. I collapsed when my oldest was 2. He's now 16. And yeah.
So if you think about in your life what you want to manifest, it's not impossible. It's not out of reach. Whatever it is, whether it's relationships, whether it's finances, whether it's health, whether it's anything that you have on your mind that you would really like to create, it is possible for you to create that. To tap into the divine DNA, as we say, inside of us to help create that. And I really think it comes down to belief. I think it comes down to faith, and we don't use faith like we could. And so throughout this series, we're gonna be checking on all the different things we can do with faith, how we can really enlarge our lives and live with abundance of the things that we deliberately, consciously create. Now, one question I have for you, Maren, is I have a lot of people say, I have a hard time with the word manifesting or manifestation. Do you know of any other ways to call it? Another thing I've been told is conscious creation is a good thing. But just like you and like me, there are things that we have created unconsciously that have been negative. And so I'm not sure if conscious creation works either. Do you have any thoughts on?
Yeah, creation. I've been thinking about this, and creation was one of the words, because that's what I feel like we're doing, whether we do it on purpose or not. Even when we manifest ill health, that's still, unconsciously creating, but it's still a form of manifestation. I mean, our whole lives is a reflection of where we're at, our beliefs and our vibration and what we're putting out. And so creation was good. I looked up in the thesaurus trying to find anything else that fit. And sometimes things, I don't know, there's like things show up, into your life. You put intentions out there and then kind of let it go and watch and see what shows up as a result. Outside of creation, and I don't have a really great replacement for that. Yeah.
So if you've got a better idea for us, write it in the comments below. Let's make this an interactive community. We'd love to hear other thoughts. Because I want to make sure that the term that we use is something that really resonates with you, that feels comfortable, and that matches with your belief system, our belief system. So, yeah, I don't know. I love conscious creation, but I also realize that unconsciously, sometimes we're doing some things we really don't want to do. So, as Maren has shared with us, you could really manifest anything. Write down in the comments below, kind of another term for manifesting, and catch us for one more show. I'm going to have Maren on for another show, and she's going to talk to us about the steps of manifesting. So make sure you join us for that. I hope this stirred some questions in your soul. Are you more connected to higher power than you think? Do you have divine DNA? Let's keep asking questions. Click on my face to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode.